Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very nice peppermint tea. So welcome back to the game. In the previous episode, we did some planning and came up with this, which is version 1 of the proposed facility, which is predominantly focused around female and criminally insane inmates. So a combo we've not really tackled before. Either way, we're going to crack on building in this episode. There are some changes to be implemented, you understand, but we can do that as we build. It's mainly some sizings and the odd little thing here and there. Although one person did suggest, because of the design of all of this, why not just make half of this just indoors? And it's not a terrible idea. It's just we wouldn't be able to do it in one go. But yeah, we'll see how we get on with these individual rooms and buildings. Speaking of buildings, we do need to place some foundations, and well, we're not going to use brick or concrete. That's just a little bit bland for this design. I think we're going to go with certainly white walls for the cell blocks. So we've got 3 cell blocks. We'll discuss the padded cells later on. But yeah, the white wall is pretty good. The tiled wall does look a bit like padding, but also there's some sort of broken chips, which is interesting in terms of its flavour, but maybe a little bit sharp for what we want to go with. So white wall there, and I think we're going to go with wall classy green for the staff areas. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and build a lot of these things. So I'm going to go for the wall classy, and it's going to go there. And also, this is going to be built as well. Now, hang on, what's this all about? We're making something here? Yeah, well, one of the things that we have, have not got is, sadly, an area for our power room, the utilities, and that's what this, and indeed, this is going to be. So when we expand it, we'll actually be pretty much in the middle, so it's not ideal, but then again, you know, we have to make some sort of compromise. I could have placed it around here, people did suggest that, or even over on the outside, but I'm not a big fan of placing them on the outside, but I think this is a decent place for it. It should be fine. If it's not, then, well, we just move them, don't we? So over to staff door, and I'm going to put a staff door in. That's not what I wanted to do. Where we're going to put a staff door in here. Probably a staff door in there, and then back to foundations more, and then obviously the wall green classy, which can go in there. And then finally we'll actually put in the door without right-clicking, because that was a silly thing to do. Do I want to go double doors? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to work with that one there, and that door is also in the wrong orientation, but I'm not going to cancel it now. So that's fine. We also want to go with, well, fencing sort of thing around the outside. Yeah, we sort of do. I'm going to probably set up maybe some grass fencing. Yeah, I think so. So, I mean, at the moment, actually, do we want to go grass? Because at the moment, it's this sort of like deserty, sandy colour, because that's the place we're in. I guess we can't really go with anything else. I guess we could go with rusty fence. No, that's not a route we really want to go down. Fence, but that's going to be on the sort of. I think we're just going to have to go with the fence and grass. I think that's the compromise we're going to have to make here. Obviously, we've planned out these entranceways, which are not going to be a thing in the first iteration. There is no need to put them there, but at least there's some sort of accommodation for that in the future. Over here, we've got obviously the sort of not staff only areas per se, but certainly staff and visitor areas, and this is all going to be one big building, and that means that it's going to cost more money than we actually have. So what we'll do is we will use the wall classy green, and we're going to just basically build this all the way along. This obviously won't be removed when we continue on with the building. And on doorways, well, what sort of doors? We've got these double doors, you've got staff doors. It's probably just going to be jail doors. We've got jail door grey, jail door white. I think jail door white is probably the way forward, so let's place that in there. And we'll have to move this door, and there we go. And let's just go for the building. We have obviously a couple of grants that we can pick up. So we've got things like criminally insane wing. Oh, what's that? So what do you need for that actually? So it's padded cells, it's take 10 criminally insane inmates, and hire 2 psychiatrists. So I did mention about the criminally insane and padded cells. I haven't planned any specific area for those inmates. The rough goal was to have them integrated within these other cells, and we just make half-y-half. Actually, I was tempted just to make everything padded and then change the designation of the room. So padded cells I checked as well because there was a couple of questions, and you can't have standards. You can't have like standard, if that is the right term, prisoners in there. It has to be criminally insane. So we'll see how we get on with that one. Anyway, over to probably here. Oh, that's already fixed. This is built. So yeah, we'll touch on that later on. We're going to go with, administration center and basic detention center is just it is the standard pickup, and we'll go for actually, let's go for utilities first, so we can actually place, power around here, and that one will go there, and that's a shame. Sadly, if we'd have them next to each other, it would not function well, because it would connect up, but we can have extra bits in there if need be. So that's going to go in there. The water pump will go in there, and obviously we do want some capacitors, which will be placed around here once the worker has cracked on. And yep, there we go. Let's place some of these in here. Don't need to place too much of that. I will place maybe electrical cable there, and we're going to run it down. And well, actually, that's the end of that conversation. We are going to run it down here. That is all fine. So there's that in. Let's go ahead and add in the walls and doors, and the walls will be, again, if I can find it, yes, this sort of green classy one, and we're just going to build, and maybe not all of these. Well, we might as well. While we're cracking on, we may as well pretty much finish this off. There we go. So there's all of that's a staff room, and these are offices. We will be putting some more offices in here for rehabilitation of the criminally insane inmates. And yeah, we'll see how that one goes. This is... Oh, that's good. So the yard is now secure. It is technically behind walls and doors, so that functions well. Happy with that. Speaking of doors, we do need to place some staff doors in a couple of places. So staff door in there, and then all the way along here for, obviously, the different areas. I guess we could probably put that in there and maybe wall that up. Yeah, it's probably the way forward, isn't it? Wall overgrown. Well, it's green, so it'll be fine, I guess. Anyway, over to rooms, and then to the office, and then obviously we want to build the office. I'm just going to build the 2 offices for now. Naturally, the flooring is something which, that's a future us problem. Current us is really focused on not going bankrupt. I was going to say, I thought we placed a door in there. So these offices will require their objects as per. So we're going to zoom in a little bit. We've got the office desks. I believe there's a fancy office desk. Let's just have a quick look. Swivel chair, sofas. Where is it? There's a desk fancy. Yeah, I like that one instead. Let's use that one and that one. There's also a swivel chair, which no, I actually prefer the other one. I know we're being a bit pedantic here, but it is what it is. Chest of drawers, no. Filing cabinet though will go in. There are the 2 offices that are required. So we do need to hire ourselves a warden. So there is the warden, that is Slugworth, and we also need to unlock finance through bureaucracy, which is going to be there. So that'll be that pretty much sorted. Okay, that is pretty much a-okay. There's another notebook page. They're coming thick and fast then. And so it's basic detention center. So we need a kitchen and we need a canteen. And well, basically, let's spend a lot of money. Let's go to wall. So we are using for the foundations this fancy one with the green lines, and the plan is to put green carpet in here for the inmate areas, or rather, I guess where the inmates are mostly going to be around. We're going to use this wall white, and let's spend, how much is it going to say? Well, it says 13 grand. I don't believe it is a quote from an old sitcom. There'll be very few people that probably remember that one. Let's go ahead and we'll speed that up and let them crack on with that one. Was that the... Ooh, hang on. Yeah, that is correct. Those are the correct ones. I just did it autopilot there. Yes, I did plus the large ones there. That's fine. So the work is going to crack on there. We should have finance unlocked very shortly. After that, we're going to pick up, well, let's have a quick look. We're going to pick up probably health, psychology, security. Let's just select all of those. There's the finance bell ringing, and there's the accountant, which means there's another grant completed. We're going to go with probably the long-term investment first, because it is naturally the longest one. And for bureaucracy, you guessed it, we're going to go with extra grant and then the bank loan to get the second grant, and secondly, it means that later on we can get a tiny loan just to increase the credit rating and give us some added security, because that's how finance works. So the walls in here are pretty much sorted. That is good. I'm not looking forward to putting the foundations on there. That's going to be problematic, but there you are. We have apparently a light that's right above the power station that is not powered up. Yep, that's a thing. And, well, that was another bell that rang. That would be most likely, I'm guessing, health. Yes, it is health. There's the orderlies as well, which is something we do need to get. So normal guards are prohibited from attacking criminally insane inmates, as they might hurt them in the process. Orderlies are specially trained to restrain the criminally insane without harming them. Orderlies will also fit straitjackets to psychopathic inmates at night to prevent them from hurting themselves. Okay. And is that the... It is, that's the extra grant. So naturally extra grant will be... I mean, we could go well-being initiative. That is easy. Assigned duties. We don't have 5. We don't have 5 people out assigned duties. Short-term investment then. We'll go with short-term investment. We've got enough money to crack on with our building. So, yeah, we'll do just that. I think I'm going to unlock maintenance because we do need work. And there is all of this built as well. So over to our utilities and to the electrical cable. And the electrical cable is going to run along here. It's going to run either side, I think, and then we'll pull it down. Most likely then I'm going to probably run it like that. That should then power up everything. I will preemptively run some cable as well to the front here, because that's where we're going to have the metal detectors, so it's important to sort that out. So, there is that getting wired up. Short and long-term investment on the go. In terms of inmates, it's going to be a couple of episodes at least before we actually get any inmates. There was some discussion regarding the cells and putting the showers inside the cells. That's normally what we do, but I think with the type of inmates we're getting and the design we're going for, the external showers is going to work out just fine. Apparently the ratios is about right for what we've got here. Obviously, this is the starting block. We're going to be expanding in all directions. At least that's the plan for now. Things do change, and naturally people said, oh, the other side, you can very easily get death row in there. Always the request for death row. It's not in the plan. We might get to it. See how we feel later on. This is going to have to be staff only, or at least I want it to be staff only, but we don't need to build that for now. There's the power in, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead then and add in the walls. So it's just the standard white wall here, and I'm going to bring it down there and then along. I don't know if this is the right size. I was going to say a wall. That's a bit too big. This is the area for the kitchen and such, and I think it's just a little bit too large. But we'll see how we. A little bit too small. We'll see how we get on. Might as well also put in these little bits, which is going to be for where we have like the toilets and such. Just a little added bit of flavour that we don't need to put these extra bits in, but we might as well. Okay, so over to rooms and then to kitchen. Kitchen I'm going to place in here. And naturally we'll remove the little extra bits, and then the canteen, which is going to be, well, a lot of it's going to be, we're going to have a lot of canteen here. This is all going to be one big block of canteen, and then I'll remove the bits that we don't want. So there, we don't want that there, we don't want that bit there, and the rest is perfectly fine. So obviously it's missing out certain things. Let's go ahead and do the technical part of it, so it will be technically correct. So serving tables, we're going to have as Well, we'll have them on either side like so. And they're also going to be on the opposite side as well. So, I mean, I could put them in like that. Means I wouldn't get one in the middle there. So, we'll see how we get on with that one. I might just put some phone booths or something in there. And then these are just going to continue up. We're going to go with tables and... That's wrong. Table in the middle with benches either side. This is going to be, again, the technically done part of of the game. So you need one serving table, you need one sink, you need one cooker. That's what we're going for. I'm actually going to put 2 cookers in, but there you are. So that should be the kitchen canteen complete-ish. We're going to put some doors in here, and that will contain a... How is it going to be? It's going to be staff door there, staff door... Oh, sorry. Which is the right way here? So you have double doors in case they start beating through one of them. The other one is locked open for security. I don't even think we need it. Let's just go for staff doors either side, and then the metal detectors is going to go there. Both sides, because obviously it's... The prisoners can access this side. All right, so that is now in. I will leave the... I'll leave the sprinkler system for another point where I'll definitely forget it. And let's go to utilities and water. We're going to bring that down. So this is going to go... Hang on, where's electrical? Electrical's on that side. So we want to bring the large pipe across. Like so. Will I be able to connect up that with a small pipe? It's... I don't think so, is the question. And also we need to be over this side as well. So I guess we're going to go with maybe... I'll run a large pipe down because I know for a fact that we're going to have to run it this side anyway. So now that we're on that side, we're going to go water, 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 and then finally water there. Because it's all going to connect up, so it's fine. That'll do it quite nicely. So we need a holding cell, we need a shower, we need to connect up that with an electrical cable. There we go, that's fine. Also, there's very little lighting in here. I think it's because we removed the lighting when it was... Let's put some lighting in here. There we go. Yeah, we removed that when we were putting in the extra little teeth in. So that's now fine. And I'm going to go with increase the bank loan. We want to unlock. What do we want to unlock? Well, things like deployment, intelligence. Going to go with cleaning, which requires a foreman, and deployment, remote access. Obviously, they're going to require the chief. Now, that's a mustache, and also a foreman. And now we need to actually build the rooms. So, office. Just easier to search, isn't it? Not going to build the other one because they'll end up just standing outside. I'll actually physically build, but I just won't designate it as such. And we'll have... Where is it? It is the office chair. So 1, 2, 3. Then finally, we want fancy desk. And there we are. Obviously, the workers have got a fair bit of work on, so it might take them a while to get that done. 15 grand remaining. We need to get the basic detention centre done, which requires holding cell, requires a shower, and 2 guards, 2 cooks. Well, there's 2 cooks, there's 2 guards, and let's go for shower. And actually, to be fair, shower. There's a shower. And we need a holding cell. Let's place that. And we need a toilet. Well, shower head. There's that done. And is it bench? And a toilet. And there is technically that grant done. Yeah, that's what we're going for. This is... I don't know why it's so dirty. Maybe it's just construction material. Oh, even better. Due to an administrative error, our completion bonus has been doubled. 20 grand. I mean, naturally, we should feed back and explain that is an error in their system. We're not, but we should. So, let's remove, not dump, but just dismantle all of these, like so. And we've got, I think I'm going to pick up staff wellbeing initiative. Build a staff room. Okay. So, staff room requires several things. This is all what it's recommending here. So it's actually recommending a serving table, which is curious. We need a wide sofa. Put that one there. Put that one there. Drinks machine. I like to place that orientation just so you can see them. It just looks better that way. And we need guards without assigned duties. So there's that completed, pretty much. And okay, I don't know who's working at the grant office, but they're either on their the person at the grant office is either on a 2-week notice and they've got 3 days left and they've totally checked out and are not bothered, or genuinely they're just giving us money because they want to. Good grief. Okay, so another grant completion double. Oh, dearie me. Right, where were we? Okay, we're going to go with visitation rights. We're going to go with cell block A or inmate health and well-being. Cell block A, I think. So that's foundations, more white, and there we are. There has been some discussion regarding these cell blocks, and how we don't need an entrance either side. Correct, we do not. We're going to have it, but we definitely don't need it. Limestone indoor. No. Just no. Carpet fire resistant. That's the sort of green that I'm after inside of here. It's a shame we can't... What's... I was going to say, what's outdoor that's quite nice and green? Well, flowery field and grass, they're pretty outdoorish, but not ideal for walk on. I mean, we know it's going to be these concrete tiles straight, don't we? We know it's going to be these because I really like using these tiles. That's going to be the outdoor one, these concrete tiles with the lines. Inside, you've got padded. Those will be used for cells. So for inside these areas, you've got carpet fire resistant. How much would that cost me? 7 grand. I think we can acquit ourselves of much wrongdoing to put in some flooring in now. I mean, that's going to cost 5 grand. But, well, let's be honest, we've got so much money from the grant. Errors. I hope they don't retroactively come back and request it back. That would be suboptimal, to say the least. Sorry, can't afford that. I'm going to go with some extra staffing. I'm going to go with an extra 4 workers, why not? Back over to bureaucracy. Prison labour, groundskeeping, patrols, intelligence, education, orderly, tax relief, 10 grand. Let's pick it up now, tax relief. So, reduce our tax rate from 30 to 15%, I think. So it's 10 grand, but we'll do it. While we're on, we're also going to spend even more money. Electrical and capacitors. Just going to bring those around. And metal detectors. So, this is going to be... I'm going to place them there. I'm not going to place them in here yet, because... that would be another 8 grand. No. Yeah, they're only grand each. Sorry, 4 grand to place them in there. But this is going to be staff only at the beginning, I think. More electrical cable to run across. And, well, I know I'm going to have to connect that up and that up. Naturally, there'll be probably a bit in the middle that requires electrical cable. You know what? Let's take a gamble, see if it does actually reach that. I don't think it will, but we'll give it a go. Staff, janitor. Let's get a couple of janitors and a gardener. Might as well pick it up anyway, because once the long-term investment's finished, it doesn't really matter. So, Raise prisoner capacity to 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yes. Easily done. Oh, and there's the power-ups. Okay, so it's just then finishing off this sort of flooring bit. And then we need to do this in here. All right. It is... Oh, yeah. That's a nice green carpet. We are sticking with that. I like it. Yeah, so we'll have that green in probably most of these areas as well. I mean, we could even have it in here, but I don't think that's the way forward. I think we're going to go with the concrete tiles as standard, and then I think all cells are going to be padded. I think that's the standard. We're actually going to use the padded flooring. I think that's the thing we're going to go with, and then the designation is just what we need to do when it comes to the rooms. All right, one last thing then before we leave it there. Let's go to wall white, and obviously going to build in all of these. Whoops. There may be some extra bits we have to do in here, mainly for the removal and alterations of the lights. But there we go. So that's the cells. That is the cells. Things are getting nice and clean now. All right, so we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. I think that's a fairly successful bit of building there. We've got basic detention centre done, staff room in, many offices. We've already decided on the colour schemes and the walls, which, not much to write home about, and it's just a white wall, mate. But yeah, it seems okay. And oh, is that the only light? No, there's one there as well. Okay. That would have actually worked fine if it wasn't for meddling kid. No, if it wasn't for the walls. So there you go. But yeah, happy with the progress. Next episode, we will, at minimum, build this cell block A, put all of this foundation in, maybe, but certainly the front one, because we need... This is a security room. These are visitation. We do need a common room. This is not going to be a common room. I think I may have said last time this is going to be a common room. It's not. Most likely we'll have a separate common room around these areas. The idea being that in the centre will be our infirmary, as well as 2 psychologist's office. Or is it psychologist's office? Psychiatrist's office, I believe. It's a bit different. Let me double check quickly. It is psychiatrist's office. Yes, that's what we'll be using. Obviously, there's omissions in the design. We don't have, at the moment, any solitary. We also don't have any protective custody. So that's going to be a thing. We also need to make the family cells as well. But just the start of potentially a long series. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed the episode and for what it is the series thus far. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.